Our next artist just so happens to have been the host of our movement breaks. The beautiful, immaculate, amazing, the spectacular tone who speaks so calm, who always delivers with such a powerful message in a vernacular and tonality that can always be received and felt by anyone, and accompanied with the beautiful East Coast accent, tone. The floor is all yours.
Thank you. First of all, I'm glad that this was recorded because I'm gonna need that intro to like, you know what I'm saying, work with me when I do other things. It made me feel empowered. Um, so this piece that is a short poem, of course, around the theme "Never the Fool," and this was inspired. This was written and inspired by just the notion that I have like of really what never being the fool is to me, and what it is to me is not allowing myself to be somebody I'm not for the appeasement of other people, or belittling myself, or not being 100% who I am, you know what I'm saying, for other people or whatever. So, excuse me. They call her distant, quiet, maybe even cold, but they don't see the long road behind her eyes, the miles of trusting too soon, giving too much, believing too easily, imprinted smiles and hollow praise. She played the part before, the agreeable one, the don't make waves one, the one who knew but stayed silent anyway. That was the real betrayal, not of others, but of herself. So she stopped, not loudly. There was no grand exit, no curtain call, just a gentle folding inward, a choosing of self. She still made space for others, but no longer shrank to fit them. She still listened, but no longer swallowed her knowing for the comfort of false peace. And when they said, "You seem different," or "You change," she only nods, because what they wanted was the version of her that didn't ask questions, that didn't see. But she saw now, and she stayed with that sight. She still makes mistakes. She still loves, but she walks forward without apology, eyes open, heart intact, never the fool, not because she knows everything, but because this time she knows herself.
Sorry, had to do.
Wow, go for it. So
Yeah.
go for it. Whoever needs to get off their chest what they gotta say first. That was powerful. So I am my supernatural C. Tell me what y'all are feeling because I'm
There was a
feeling it.
part that resonated with me about people saying you changed because I heard it. People oftentimes want us to remain the way that we were when it was serving them. But when we choose to serve ourselves, they're like, oh, you change. So that stood out to me, and I just, it brought me back. So that was deep. Thank you for sharing for sure.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I think what I loved was there was it. I might have got this wrong. I almost wrote it down, but then I got lost in the rest of your words. Something like a gentle folding inwards. Did you say that?
Yeah, so the part you're talking about, when I'm talking about I shrunk inward, not a grand. So just a little folding inward, a choosing of self. When I'm talking about my grand exit, like I'm getting ready to this, I'm transitioning. I realize, you know what I'm saying, what the problem is. This is where I'm being the fool at. This is me being the fool. No longer I'm gonna be the fool. So I'm not gonna be loud about it. I'm not gonna, oh, you did this, or oh no, you're in so, it's just okay. Now I'm just choosing myself. So just a gentle folding inward, just a choosing of self, not a whole big. It's just an understanding, just a realization, and insightful way of changing. It's a perception thing. It's a mind thing. So that's what my intention is.
And I think that what you do with that, it's a very it demonstrates how profound these things are, but how simplistic they are as well. And you give permission, because that is, and IMI has just said it as well, really, and it's been the same thing for me in my own personal experience. When you're expanding and you're growing and you're choosing self and you're choosing spirituality, there are no fanfares, but the change is humongous. And then people do start to notice, and there will be those people that will support you in your growth, and then you'll see who needs to drop off, because they're not comfortable in you growing. They're not comfortable with you being better. You know, they want you to stay the same, and they may even try and do things to force you to be the same in their perspective. And they'll be the universal test for you as well, to see if you really have changed. But I just love the simplicity of what you said, but how grandiose it actually is in reality, and how much courage it takes. A gentle folding inwards, but it's such a courageous I'm making up words. Courageous warrior.
Courageous.
Yeah. Do you like that? Courageous. I'm gonna copyright that. It's a warrior.
I like that.
That is a warrior's move. You know what I'm saying? And it's deep how much courage you have to actually do that. So, you know, yet again, the goddess Anahata summarized it. Like, that was splendid. Thank you, Cynthonia.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Oh,
I just want to say, Tone, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Mary.
That's
go
where I'm at. I've been that for the last few years, but like really now I'm really being more disciplined in doing that. I don't have to have closure. As long as I have closure with self, as long as I say, you know what, that's not working for me, and I can move on. I don't need to talk to you about it. I don't, you know, because most likely I already talked to you before my exit. So now I'm trying to just get to the point, because I do try to give people a chance. But what I learned also is that where we're at now in our age and our stage and our phases, most of the time, if they're not on that path of growth and better and getting high level, they may or may not, you know. So that's no longer for me to concern myself with. And it's okay to walk away. It's okay to detach.
Thank you for sharing that, Mary. And as all are seeing, Mary, she's been here observing. She's just been taking in everything everyone is saying and been such a beautiful listening ear. So you contributing that part, even adding to the relatability. And that's one thing I love about Tone's pieces, is that they have such a deep level of even current relatability to what we're all experiencing right now in our stages of growth. And she tends to hit that on the head each and every single time. So gratitude. One of the pieces, the parts of your piece.
I'm sorry, but just coming from you, I feel like that it means that's really a lot. That coming from you is a lot, because I've been watching you, and you know what I'm saying, follow you now that I see you on Instagram, and just seeing everything you're doing and really seeing how involved you are and how in love you are with the art is like, so you saying that is like, yeah, I'm dope. Sorry about that, y'all.
Absolutely. Oh, my heart. Okay.